Dr. Evelyn Reed faces oblivion, her mind on the brink of total erasure. Tonight, on Echoes from the Edge, she battles the ultimate adversary, not with strength, but with a desperate, defiant act of memory. Evelyn lay there, disoriented, memories flickering like dying candles. The entity's presence was overwhelming. A cold, empty pressure, but through the fog, a desperate truth solidified. It thrived on the loss of memory, the void it created. Its weakness had to be the opposite. The deliberate, defiant act of remembering, of asserting identity. Her weapon wasn't physical, but intellectual and emotional, the raw, undeniable power of recalled experience. She dragged herself back to the well, forcing herself to focus, to recall. Using her linguistic background, she understood the entity could be disrupted by a strong, clear, spoken assertion of self and shared history. Evelyn began to speak, her voice trembling at first, then growing stronger. She recited her full name, her academic specialization, her life's purpose. She described her research, the town's physical layout, the faces of its people, forcing herself to conjure every detail. She pulled out old photographs from her pocket, images of the forgotten townspeople, of herself, holding them up, forcing her fading vision to acknowledge them. Then she began to name the townspeople, recalling their faces, their quirks, their small, defining memories. Mr. Henderson, the baker, his hands dusted with flour, his smile lines crinkling, she whispered, forcing the image into her mind. Martha, the historian, her eyes sharp behind spectacles, forever sifting through dusty archives. She spoke of their lives, their forgotten stories, asserting their existence against the consuming void. As she spoke, a profound shift occurred. The oppressive emptiness from the well seemed to recoil, to writhe like a living thing. The distorted whispers around her struggled, fighting against the tide of her words. She was forcing the entity to confront what it had consumed, to acknowledge the very memories it sought to erase. Her final, most potent act was to speak the name of the woman from Martha's research. The leader of the forgotten settlement, whose identity had been so utterly purged. She was here, Evelyn declared, her voice ringing with clarity. And she remembered. The well pulsed with a dark, violent energy, then with a high-pitched, silent scream only Evelyn could perceive. The chilling pressure shattered like invisible glass. The oppressive void vanished. The air still felt heavy, but the systematic draining of memory ceased. The townspeople didn't instantly regain all their lost memories, but the insidious drain stopped. A sense of weary clarity returned to their eyes. Willow Creek never truly forgets again. The echoes were no longer just lost sounds, but the lingering, precious, often difficult memories that must be cherished, not erased, resonating from the very edge of oblivion.